Alright guys, so I'm back again, just with a general update. First things first, I ordered some Throne Mesh, and it was in his past video, and I got a Neon Yellow to Carolina fade piece and a red to white piece. Um, and I'm going to see how I like it, comparing it to East Coast Mesh, and what I'm going to be going forward with in the future, because I had a friend who said he got it, and he said it's incredible. But I guess we'll see, and I'll do a little test. But first things first, something I strung up for a friend. I strung up this Proton Power with a nice high pocket. For a high pocket, the channel isn't terrible. It's kind of rounded. If you see, like, it's kind of bubbly as compared to something I'm going to show you later. But general just shooter setup. It's a nylon, 2 straights, and this, I think it's it's 5-point U. Yeah. And this is the exact way I strung this Proton Power here. This one's mine. It's the same pocket, pretty much, but this one's obviously been used a little bit more. It's a little bit softer. See, good pocket shape. Thing about this pocket is I used a different type of interlock. Try and show you. It's right before this 3. It's right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's not necessarily an SI, but it does pull the mesh down quite a bit. And basically what you do is you interlock to the plastic first, and then you pull the mesh down underneath it and then over. It's a little bit different. It's a different way of pulling down the mesh, but it makes the pocket pretty tight up here, only for interlocking twice and then doing the triple. So those came out pretty nice. Next, I got this right here, and this is pretty ridiculous. This is an STX Surgeon 10. I did a nice little Syracuse theme here. The head's a little bit wide, but this probably is going to be the head I'm going to use in college. So I thought I'd get used to it and just do a fun stick. So I did a Syracuse theme, and it's just on a Saber that I took the graphics off, and these shafts are pretty light. They have a nice feel to them. I've taped this up though. Once again, this is the 15mm, and I used that same SI, except and it's basically the same pattern, except instead I interlocked 3 times. I don't know why the pocket looks so weird, but alright, there we go. It looks a little bit better. But yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. Triangle top string and the double weave nylon. Only difference? Yeah, the pocket's pretty ridiculous. Really high hold, good amount of width. Next, we have this. This is a Maverick Juice with. This is actually my mesh my wax mesh that I made. Honestly, it's a little bit softer than East Coast mesh. I don't know if I'm going to start selling it or not. But all I really did is I took Gimalac soft mesh, and all you do is you put it in a double boiler, and you have water underneath the one tray, and then you put the wax in the other one to melt. And basically you just dip it, and you just let it sit there and let it soak in the wax, and then you flip it a couple minutes in. You let it dry overnight, and then you shake it out, and you stretch it a little bit to get some of the extra flaking off. It's not flaking terribly, but it is flaking a little bit, which isn't bad. I did do a waterproofing test, and the water did actually bead off of this, which I was really happy. I used a special blend, but the first time I did it, I used it's called cream wax, and you can get it at like your local craft store. It's for candles, but it does the exact same thing, and you just mix it with a couple things. Not really going to tell you what I used, but you get the idea. Next is my CEO here, which is sprung up with 15 millimeter, 13 millimeter. What am I saying? East Coast mesh. Again, you know, my usual setup. I had to play around with the patterns in this for a little bit. As you can see, I still got a really nice channel, nice and tight. Pocket shape, once again, really high, really defined. High pocket. I don't know why they look so ridiculously illegal in the camera, but they're not that illegal. Yeah, see, from this video it looks better. Another thing, strong up a Brian clutch with the Volt shears I got from Greg. Again, high pocket, really tight channel using that SI, not the SI, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it's called, but this thing, yeah, it matches my shirt. That's nice. Yeah, SummerSlam 2012. You know, just my typical setup on a swizzle. Trying to trade for an Edge X because I saw a really nice pattern for it on lacrosse forums. Put the link to that. This something I'm actually pretty proud of. It is on a D-pole, so this is how it's going to work. See the detail on the side, but yeah, the camera isn't really doing it justice. But it's supposed to look like night sky on the side, and then it's supposed to be like, I don't know. I was trying to go for like a space theme. This is on a Proton U. Once again, really nice high pocket. This is 15 millimeter, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 15 millimeter. Just on a regular pole. This is actually pretty cool. Honestly, I think that's it. Other than that, I got these flavored mouthpieces, bubblegum, and oh, there we go. Bubblegum fruit punch, whatever the fucking, I don't know what the fuck. There we go. Bubblegum fruit punch. I had a mint one for the summer this year that I used for a while. One really cool thing I got. I don't know if I put this in my other video, but I found this head in the attic of my school. It's a really, not really old Brian head, but it's early 2000s, probably late 90s, I'm assuming. And I used it for face-offs, and it's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna pinch it, and I'm gonna throw that throw mesh on this, the yellow and blue one, and the shaft from it, surprisingly, something that a lot of people look for. I put it on my traditional. I put it on the traditional pocket. But it is an F10, the original Brian F10. And the shape on it's really weird, but it's nice. It has a lot of concave features. Like this is the top of the thing, and it's like concave inside of that. The edges are really sharp, but they're really easy to hold on to, and like you really get a nice feel from the shaft. It's nice and light. It's really old though. It's on my blueprint. just for now, because I thought it'd be really cool to have something really classical, like a traditional pocket. Uh, so maybe, I don't know, maybe when I get that throne mesh order in, um, I'll change that up, but for now, I mean, it's pretty good. Things are going really well, stringing a lot of heads for different people, and it was just a general update that I had to get out. Oh, actually, also, a few things that I got while I was at Dick's, and I started a thread on lacrosse forums that started a lot of controversy. But these are the K18-2s. Trying to find the arm pads desperately. So if anyone has brand new arm pads or like used like once or twice, I'll be willing to pay maybe like $70 because they're really hard to find now. Because they discontinued them, and in New Jersey there's like none left. So, yep. They're really comfortable though. I used them once so far. I have to say though, the palms are extremely grippy. Like this part right here. I don't know what it is. It's some sort of synthetic material. But it's really grippy. But I like the palms in general once they're nice and broken in. And I used them at a camp for one day and they're already broken in. And you can see how flexible these things are. There's the other one. And also, I got those on sale for $59 at Dick's, 13s. And I got these. Alright. Now, these aren't really expensive, but I have to say, this is probably the best shoulder pad liner you can get right now. I'm going to show you why. There used to be a piece that goes right here that protects your chest, but I take that out, and it's so flexible. And it really contours your body. I'm just going to show you real quick. I mean, for the price, can't beat them. They're sleek, they're small, and they fit you like a glove. Another thing that I actually liked about these, for a liner, they actually cover a good amount of your shoulder and not just like, you know, skimping out on you. Like, it covers a good part of your chest and your shoulders. I'd probably bring them into here if you don't have that little chest thing on. But they're not bad. And for $40, I mean, I really can't complain on getting them. For having a liner, because I have my assaults and I wear those during the season, but I thought these would be fun to have just for summer ball. And I'm using my shorter assault arm pads now, but I use the arm guards during the season, like the longer ones. But yeah, on the other stick, I'm planning to string like a Tim Desco kind of pocket. So a mid-low, with a different shoe setup than I've taken in the past. The other one, I'm just going for a straight-up high pocket on it because I think it's going to be banging. Hoping, I've heard that the mesh is, you know, it's not as soft as East Coast mesh is what I've heard. It's a little bit stiffer, but once it's broken in, I've heard it's unreal. And East Coast mesh is the same way. Now, East Coast mesh is pretty soft, but I have to say one thing about it. Especially over the summer, I mean, it's a little bit easier, but you know, it isn't as like when East Coast mesh first started and I started ordering from Greg. The mesh was a little bit stickier, and I actually liked the original way that he did it and left it like pretty sticky. And you know, I mean, the hold and the pocket shape definition, I mean, the pocket shape is better that you can get out of it because it holds better because it's a little bit stiffer, but also at the same time it's pliable. But I don't know. I mean, I say basically what I do with them now is when I get East Coast mesh, I string it and I let it sit out in the sun for a little while, and it's fine if you let it sit out there for like an hour or two, and then it's completely broken in. But anyways, that's all I really had to say today. Just a general update, and I'll be back when I string my other things, and if I string anything new. Bye.